We're in the wine business, that's what sells it, but we also do events and weddings and concerts, and not a lot of concerts, but all these different events.
Talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Be safe, be good, have the rest of the summer.
Typical day. I run my dogs down 7 a.m., start the crew off, whether it's barreling, winemaking, whatnot. We kind of all meet for coffee. Run my dogs back up to the house, or bunny hunting, kiss my daughters goodbye, they're off to school, come back down, start work. 9 o'clock, other people start rolling in. 10 o'clock, other people start rolling in. You just meet with them, what's going on, how's it going. Noontime, typical groups here, do a wine tasting, show the group around, do a little tour, check them out. 12:30 for our guys, well, 12:15 is lunch, 1:15, they're back at it, doing something in the afternoon. They leave at 3 o'clock. Now I turn into event boy. Now I meet with my event team and we talk about all the upcoming events, what needs to be done on the property, and get that done through the people. 5 o'clock, it's now time to shut down the tasting bar, shut down the room. That's my favorite time in the whole day, because that's when our staff gets to have one of our perks of being here is we get a half a glass of wine at the end of the day. Not big, huge kilometer glass, because we don't want anybody drinking and driving. But we shut that down, 5:30. And oftentimes, that's their time to get and talk with the staff, and they're talking with you as far as what customers they had, da-da-da. 5:36, go home. And that's also time to do honey-do list. You can't forget about the honey-do list, because you're married, and they want their house a certain way. I'm a 7 to 5:36 minimum. And if we have a dinner, then I'm down here hosting the dinner. If we have a concert till 10, I'm here till 10:30, 11. So it's your 14, 15, 16-hour day.
Sometimes where you just sit back and you just kind of go, wow, all the work is worth it, to me, is when we're connecting as a family. We have our family dinners. I have a cigar with my bro, sitting there just going, wow, this doesn't suck. This really is what it's about. It's about the family connecting. We didn't do this business to separate the family. We didn't do this business to roll in the dough. We did it because the family's reconnecting. And when that happens for me, it's just like, wow. Whether that's at a jazz concert, whether that's at one of the houses here on the property, to me that's life-giving. It really is what it's about. And to see my dad sit back, and he's the one who really invested everything in this. He's the one who planted the seed. He's the one that took the tree and our job, we're kind of pruning the thing, so to speak, and making the thing grow and fertilizing it. But for him to sit back and to see his joy when his kids are connecting and we're having fun and we're enjoying one another, that is for him just overflow. That's joy.
What we've done effectively is take wine off the snob shelf. It's not rocket science. You don't have to overanalyze it. Just enjoy it. That's our philosophy. It should be a social drink with good times, and we have a lot of young couples from Orange County and San Diego in particular. They're here for the first time. They don't want to be talked down to and have all these fancy words and made to feel like, gee, do I belong here or not? They would like to learn something, but they don't want to be preached to, and they want to have a good time. And there's the balance. To me, it's just great to look out and see people picnicking out here, enjoying themselves on a sunny afternoon. Just, you feel you're doing something for people, making their lives a little bit better.
Obviously, the main focus from a wine grower's, wine person's perspective was called crush. And that happens anywhere starting in August and ending somewhere in November. And crush is when you bring it in and you crush the grapes, but it's also a time crush. You are on it full tilt 7 days a week. You better get somebody there. Overtime is not an option. It just is. It's just part of living. Waking up early morning hours and picking at night, crushing in the morning, then turns to PR. It can get a 20-hour workday if you let it. And it can just wear you down. That's why they kind of call it crush.
Making the wine, picking the grapes and crushing them in the crusher and the destemmer, and oh, it's just like a beehive around here. It's just so exciting, and I keep thinking I'll get bored with it, you know. But each year it's all new again. What's the yield this year? What looks good? What doesn't? It's exciting when during harvest time. So fortunately, we have our own crew now. They're more efficient and they're neater because they farmed those grapes all year and they care about them. We pick everything by hand. It's like a little carpet knife, and they have like a big dish pan, and they cut, dump, and then they run up, and there's a tractor that has a big bin that they dump it in, and that takes it down when it's full, and they weigh it, check the sugar, and crush it, and take it, and then they do another one. And they pick at night because it's too hot during the day. You can get bacterial action. And we have a tractor that has a mast that goes up behind the driver, and it's got 12 fluorescent lights out. And so it goes along very, very slowly, and the pickers work under that. And if they have a slow picker, they have to go back and help him. And if he's perennially slow, he's off the crew because they're paid by the ton. And so they work under that light, and that's how they do it. It's just fascinating to watch.
Right now, the challenge is growing from a mom and pop business to growing to a bigger business, and a lot of challenges with that. The Wilsons used to work at the tasting bar. We used to do everything. And now we have managers in there that are managing. We're overseeing the managers, but it's a big transition to go from, you know, a small time to, you know, medium sized, and with that, keeping up the systems, letting go as owners, letting managers do their job, and still maintaining that family vibe and that family feel, even though we're a bigger company. That's a big challenge, because you can easily get corporate. You can easily lose that sense of that pulse of what the customer wants and what that guest needs. And hopefully we won't, because we're here. I mean, we live here, and we really, I think, have a good ear of what the guest needs and what they want, because we're doing what we would want. If we go wine tasting, what do we want? We want a fun experience. We want good wine. We want a place where you can picnic. You want good food. If you have an event, you want it fun. You want it elegant. You want a party. You want great food and great wine. So we're really doing what we would like, and we're finding a lot of other people like what we like too. You know? So the challenge is growing and keeping up, and thinking differently, though still maintaining that family feel.
If I was just winemaking, might have an off season. If I was just in a vineyard, might have an off season. If I was just construction, might have an off season. But there's always something to do, and that's what makes it fun. That's what drives me. There's always something different to do every single day.
The fun of staying active and meeting people, I think, is what kind of drives me. Also, long term, you hope you're building something for your kids to take hold of, not only this generation, but the following generation. That may or may not happen. I think all of our kids, or my grandchildren, should have a choice what they want to do. Just because we had fun in the business, I may say, forget it, you know, and that's fine.
I think the area that I see us growing is in our distribution with our almond champagne, our chocolate port, really seeing that go nationally. It's just so unique, it's so good, it's so different. You can really, it's weird with the almond champagne, you almost have to taste it in order to really understand it. If you see it on the shelf, it really doesn't, you know, what is it? But if you taste it, it's amazing. So our job is to go out there and get as many people to try almond champagne, because that's where we got the term the oh my gosh champagne, because when they taste it, that's the term that comes out, oh my gosh. And we trademarked that because that's what happens. So somehow getting people to taste it and letting that spread.
But we just won our 3rd business of the year, and we've been in business 8 years. So it's kind of exciting. And it's not for how well you run your business or how much money you make, it's for what you give back to the community. So to me, that's more important than making a lot of money, is helping people. Well, that's our philosophy, and fortunately our kids have picked up on that.
My whole life lesson to you all is communicate, communicate, communicate with whoever you're dealing with. And this happens to even be more importantly when it's family.